Hi guys, my name is Yannick Reis. I hope you're doing well and I welcome you to a new video. While Android 12 introduced the material use style, which allowed you to use a themed OS style that is based on your background image, for example, or based on a solid color. Until now, you only had the option to colorize your background or your keyboard, for example. But with Android 13, you now have the option to enable the themed app icons. With this feature enabled, the selected color scheme will also be applied to all your app icons on your home screen. But if you upgrade your OS to Android 13, enable this feature and check out your own developed app, you will see that the app icon will still remain in its colorful version. If we want to support this feature with our Android app, we need to supply a so-called monochrome version of our app icon. If we jump into the official overview over the Android 13 features, we can scroll down to the themed app icon section. And here, as I just mentioned, is also the requirements for this feature. So as I already told you, if the user hasn't enabled the feature, if the app doesn't provide such a monochromatic app icon, or even if the launcher itself doesn't support themed app icons, which may be OS specific. Instead of showing you from scratch how to implement such a feature, this time I will start from my own app, Daffi Daily Affirmations, and I will show you how I migrate my app icon to such a monochromatic version. As a first step, I will go into my app launcher icon. And you can see that we not only have the regular Ike launcher, but also the round version. So both of these are literally the same, and that makes it quite easy to migrate it. But what does monochromatic mean? It means that we don't have multiple colors like this icon shows here. So not yellow and a shade of yellow here and black, but for example, only black. So as you can see, we have the icon here and it consists of two layers. First, the background layer, which is actually just a simple color. And we have also the foreground here, which is the actual icon. And in order to provide a monochrome version, we have no longer access to different colors, but use a single color, and then we can use different shades and so on, which will be supplied automatically by the system. So because we have this outline here, and the little eyes and the mouth, I would say let's just erase the background here and provide just an outline version of this icon. So I could use a graphic program to do that and then export a vector file, import a new drawable and set it as a monochrome version. Or I just can manipulate this file here. So I jump into it and quickly duplicate it, and now it's no longer the icon launcher foreground but monochrome. And now let's manipulate it in such a way that we erase the background. So I will just take out the fill color, and as you can see, we now only have the outline here. Now we still have this little yellow thing here, and I will just replace it also with the black color here. And now we're already done. So this is the monochrome version, only the single color here. And if I go back to our icon launcher, the only thing I now need to do is to provide a new line. And instead of foreground, I say monochrome, and reference the new icon here. So I say launcher monochrome, and that's it. Nothing more to do. And because we also have a round version, I will also manipulate this one. So I will just duplicate this line, say monochrome, and will also reference the monochrome version here. If we quickly jump into the requirements for designing adaptive app icons, we can see that we not only need the foreground and background layer, but also our monochrome version. And we can also see that the requirements are that all the layers, so foreground, background, and our monochrome layer should be of 108 to 108 dp. We should also not use background shadows, and the icon itself must not be bigger than 72 dp and also not smaller than 48 dp. And if we now execute the app on a Android 13 device, let's see how the regular version look like. So I open up an Android 13 emulator here. As you can see, this is the regular version of the app icon. It's colorized and has no theming applied to it. And also all the other icons here are in their brand color. So the Chrome icon, Play Store, and so on. So how can we now actually activate the theming? To do that, go into the app settings and search for wallpaper and style. At least on the emulator, it might differ on the real device. And then you will see that you have a preview here. You can select from a palette of different colors here that get created by the image in the background. If I now scroll down, you can see that here the themed icons beta toggle. And if I now activate it, you can see that the icons will already be previewed in the selected color scheme. If I change it, you can also see that the icons update. So let's see how it looks on the actual home screen. As you can see, only the actual outline here is colorized in the main color of the selected color scheme, and the rest matches all the other app icons. So as you saw, it only gets activated if we really opt into this themed app icon feature. I don't know if in the future this will be the default, but for now you need to opt in. To sum up, in this video we went through the migration process of an app icon of an actual app. We saw how we can easily convert it into a monochrome version, and in my opinion, it's a very cool feature. I also like the Android 12 feature of Material U, so that you can further customize your OS. And I also like that now all the colors get applied to your app icons, or at least if the apps support this feature. However, I can fully understand if you as an app developer may think about, okay, if all the app icons look the same, how can my app icons stand out? But in my opinion, if the user decides to use this feature, we should support them and don't force our brand colors onto them. As you saw, it's quite easy to create such a monochrome version, because we really need to only supply an app icon that has one color, and the actual color theming gets applied by the OS itself. And to finish up this video, I hope you have some takeaways. Like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, activate the notification bell, and I hope to see you soon.